super chat me anymore. Burt Lancaster's anus. Thanks for the $5. Isn't it funny how TSN makes you out to be a perv for trying to get some 24-year-old strange, yet they employ an actual pedophile? Winner of the week. There you go. That is what everybody should take away from this show. Why does MJ not talk about his inside source anymore? I don't know. I don't follow him. In fact, I blocked him after he tried to tell me who I can have on my show.
He knows why. Because the source was the pervert. And so was yours, John. You were texting the guy. Stop bullshitting and lying.
That's where I draw the line. Look, I don't get bullied. Not by lawyers, not by fucking people on the internet. There's one thing a Melendez will not allow himself to be, and that is bullied. Bullied. I am allergic to bullying. When I feel somebody is bullying me, then I am going to do what I have to. And in this case, I blocked Muttering Jay. I will never allow somebody to bully me from what they know. I'm not going to say much more.
That's because you can't get a sentence correct, dumbass.
But I'm not going to allow myself to be bullied. And if I have to, I will fight. I could try and settle things amicably, but if they would rather fight, I will fucking fight. Because I'm not going to be bullied. I learned this as a child when I was being bullied for fucking stuttering, and I got into many fistfights. I will not allow it. Not by Crazy Cabby, not by AJ Benza, not by Fred Norris, and not by Ralph Sorella, and not by fucking Shitwaya, Lady K, not by...
Hey, AJ Benza did a couple of major motion pictures. I mean, bit part, but in real Hollywood movies. It's amazing.
Muttering Jay, and not by a certain fucking person who, let's just say, that's all I have to say about that.
You didn't say anything. That's all I have to say about that certain person. And then you didn't say anything. Jesus.
Sergeant Harry, the pivot. Let's just call this guy the pivoting idiot. Thanks for the $5. I did confirm that you haven't been arrested, but you will be in some shit shortly, and with your recent real estate fraud you committed against process. Yeah, you'll see about that. Not any fraud. You know, when you guys say that the fraudulent transference, it was not fraudulent. And I have a certain person admitting, which is something that I will do soon in what I'm not going to say anymore. But let's just say I vehemently deny it was a fraudulent transference, because something that this person acknowledged, and he doesn't realize it, and I downloaded it. And just trust me. Just trust me. I am ready to fight.
Nobody trusts you.
Sheet Citizen. Let's meet for a drink. Pickwick in September. I live in Florida. I have never been a resident of New York State in 30 fucking years. Well, sorry, 20. I left New York in 2004.
I thought Pickwick was in California. In L.A., no?
and became a resident of the state of California. In June 15th, I became a resident of the state of Florida. There are so many holes. That's all I have to say about that. There's so many holes. Sergeant Siskanko, thanks for the $5. They didn't care they broke the law. IA will add, you mailing drugs and buying drugs from the dealer, aka Hitman Dan, to the real estate fraud. Go ahead. I never did. Prove it. And there's no real estate fraud. You guys could think there is. And I love and I hope he goes on that. I do. I hope it. Because I know, and he knows. And I know what he said. I downloaded.
Look, he's bluffing. He's trying to look like he's cool. And he's got a handle on this. He's running scared shitless.
The show, time-stamped, ready to go. He did speak the truth on that show. Really, without him knowing the...
Hey, Jackie Mason, on that show. What do you talk like that? Why don't you be normal? Every time you talk, you have a different cadence, a different personality. I think you're losing it, buddy. And Pickwick Pub is not in New York, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. So you're totally out in space.
Declaring my innocence. You know, my ex-wife always told me I should have been a lawyer. And I always look and scan and listen.
He's delusional.
Go back to all my old shows where I have my guests on. And I go back and I dissect and I make notes on my legal pad. And
your old shows is where you incriminate yourself and contradict yourself. You say, that wasn't me with Kate Meany, that's AI. And that's fake editing. Next time you go, oh yeah, that's not AI, that's me. So, you're always busting yourself and doxing yourself, you dummy.
Write down things that are said that are going to benefit me.
On your legal pad.
That's what I do. And I did go back to all the shows I had to go back to, everything that I've downloaded. And I am very, very secure in my defense and let's just call it a slap. So I'm trying to be amical about everything, but
he's trying to be amical. Hey, Mensa, is amical a word? I'm being amical. And a manga.
If you push me into a corner, then the Duke becomes the Duke, much like Mark Ruff.
Somebody's going to push you to a coroner, not a corner. You're going to be at the coroner.
Blow becomes the Hulk.
The Hulk,
That's right.
Why don't you join reality and forget about living in movie land? Fantasy land and comic book land, you dumbass.
Much like Tony Stark becomes Iron Man.
Look at that face.